So, for those of you who have stayed tuned for the last 6 hours, you would know that I talked to Meredith earlier on. And Meredith is from Easy Care Gardening. Welcome back, Meredith.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome. So, before we did a what ball?
We did a Kokedama ball.
A Kokedama ball, which was really fun and with sphagnum moss. But anyway, you have to listen before to know about sphagnum. Tell me what you're doing now. Tell me about Easy Care Gardening again.
Okay, so we're a volunteer organisation.
Yeah.
People volunteer with us to garden,
Yeah.
and we put them in teams and we marry them up with people that need help in their garden. So often people that are elderly and frail, they just can't get out in the garden the way they used to, and it makes them very sad.
Yeah.
So we're like the happy antidote, gardening antidote pill.
Yes, exactly. It does make you sad because you just see the garden getting out of hand and it feels like a metaphor for your entire life getting unmanageable.
Exactly, and it's on such public display, you know.
Yes.
And people feel unsafe when their home starts to deteriorate because it's physically unsafe. They might not be able to, you know, get out to the clotheslines comfortably, but it
Exactly.
also looks like there's, you know, someone not
And
able
the
there.
neighbours will talk.
Yeah, so our teams go
you're
around
right.
and help people like that in the local government areas of the City of Ryde, Hunters Hill, Ku-ring-gai and Hornsby Shire, and really enable them so that they feel like they're well enough to potter out inside again and, you know, spend some time in their own garden again.
Yes, because when it gets out of control, it becomes overwhelming. And also, as you say, it's a real symbol, your front yard, to let people know that you are being cared for too, that you are, you are still capable, have capacity, and there's not that neglect that feels awful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's kind
so
of like
a great thing you're doing.
And the volunteers get so much out of it because their 3-hour session is divided up by a morning tea or an afternoon tea that the client hosts
Yay!
outside. So it's fun for them. They're in the same team all the time,
Yeah.
and they get that wonderful vitamin D, that sense of well-being, and the great sense of satisfaction at the end of their volunteer hours that they can go, wow, look what we did.
So you need more volunteers always?
Always. We would love more volunteers. They can be Duke of Edinburgh students, they can be uni students
Oh,
doing
wow.
their community service component of university. They can be people working off community service orders that haven't paid their parking fines, and they can be people that are mums dropping off kids and coming in helping, or just retirees that want to give a hand to someone else.
Oh, that sounds great. See, you know, that I just thought as a parent, what a good parenting tool. Instead of grounding your kids, you send them out
Gardening.
to do a bit of community service.
I like your thinking.
Me too. Mine are too old now. They're in their 20s. But, you know, that's a tip for young. So what have we got here? We've got fragrance of all these herbs.
Well, yes, because sometimes people used to have big vegetable gardens and
Yeah.
they can't do that anymore, but they still want to pick a few things for their house
Yeah.
and use in their cooking. So this is an edible basket, and you can hang it at a height that you can look after, or you can put it on a pedestal or something so it's the right height for you to work at. So it's easy care.
Yes.
And all we're
easy.
going to do is we're just going to put some gorgeous herbs in here. We've got some thyme. Do you want to have a hand or not?
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. I'll put this down.
Okay.
It's clunky. Anyway.
All right. Well, you guys
Oh no, I better put it. I'm sorry.
change your mind? Too hard.
Yeah, between my
Yeah,
knees,
so I've
you
got
know.
thyme here, which is fantastic for turkey.
Actually, I'll leave the
Chicken.
I'll
Okay.
have to do my nails after you then. You
And
know.
don't worry, I never do my nails.
I did mine once in a blue moon. I won't do them
But you did it.
it.
This one here I'm putting in is that lovely lemon thyme,
I
you
love
know.
it. I can smell it.
Yeah. I've got some baby spinach here, which is a good
Yeah.
pick and come again green. So you've always got some salad greens.
Come again. I like that.
That's it. I'll just squeeze around there.
Because sometimes, you know, you don't need a lot of herbs, and you buy herbs, and then it all goes mushy, and you've got to throw them out, and all you wanted was a couple of little sprigs.
Exactly. And you know, most herbs are actually really hardy as long as they've got a sunny position, because they're from like rocky cliffs on the Mediterranean, where
Right.
they're used to getting next to no attention.
So you can put spinach in with the herbs. That needs a bit more water, I suppose.
The spinach that we're putting in, we're going to put it in the middle, because that's normally where people water,
Oh,
and around the edges can kind of get the most exposure. Does that make sense?
yeah, of course.
And For this one, I'm just going to add some snow peas.
Oh, you're going to put peas in
Yeah,
there?
so they're only an annual, but they'll trail up the hanger and they'll spill over the edge. So just a few.
That's gorgeous.
I am making a mess of your table. I'm so sorry.
I know, watch the pan.
Nobody likes green, like, you know, Miss Soil Messy Girl coming over to play.
Yeah, is this what you do when you go for a coffee with someone?
Yeah.
You just bring a pot and start fiddling with the pot.
No, this is what people ask.
A bit of planting.
Yeah, that's it. And then this one here, this is, it's called Viola Heartsease, and it's an edible little viola. So this is to make it look pretty and still be edible.
Heartsease.
You can make a tea out of it for your heart.
That's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could put so many things in.
Well, look, when you've got something that you want it to look really lovely, sometimes it is, oops, sorry.
It is good to put it all in.
Yeah, to cram it in.
Oh
And-
yeah, this is already, it smells beautiful and you can see all the different heights and the little purple heartsease violet.
Now this one here, this is a
That's the
marigold.
Insecticide one.
That's the insecticide. You are so onto this.
Look, I tell you, I just looked it up a minute ago. No,
Did you?
Companion farming.
This is
isn't it?
companion planting.
Planting.
So we're going to put a couple of marigolds in the middle to keep away any of our horrible bugs
Yep.
that are going to be in there.
They're
And
gonna-
what we're not going to plant is things that root and spread because they'll take over and be garden bullies.
Oh.
So sometimes it's what you leave out that's just as important as what you put in. So we're not planting mint, we're not planting oregano, and we're not planting marjoram.
Right, because they spread.
That's right, they root as they grow.
Right.
So
wow.
they get their own basket.
There's so many things I can say. But we won't.
We won't.
That's really.
Does that tell the
really
story?
Interesting because I put in mint in. I've got a pot and I put in mint, and the mint sort of went everywhere, and the thyme didn't thrive. And parsley, is that a root and grow?
No, but it is an annual, so you need to replant it every
Oh,
season.
right, okay.
But one thing people don't realise about parsley is that, you know, when it goes to seed, the flavour changes and it starts to taste bitter and horrible.
Right. Yes.
But the flowers are beneficial insect attractants. So
Oh.
don't pull it out, leave it there and let all the hoverflies and lacewings come and make your garden a really good backyard ecosystem.
I had no idea that my neglect of my parsley was helping the ecosystem. in
Yep,
my
you
garden.
are an eco-warrior.
I am a warrior. Well, I think I'm in the wagon's up the back. I might be stirring the gruel. I don't know.
Anyway, there we go.
That's beautiful.
An
Meredith.
edible basket.
So beautiful, and the smells. And it'd be nice, like you can manage this. you
Exactly.
know.
So just some of the things we do with Easy Care Gardening is when we go over to a client's place for the first time, we'll help explain to them what are their pots that they need to look after better or plant,
Yeah.
how they can redesign bits of their garden so that they work better, they're easier to look after,
Great.
and you know, just give them some gardening advice really as well as send the volunteers.
What a fantastic organisation, as I said. Yeah, so if you want to volunteer or if you need some help just sort of getting your garden back into shape and feeling like you can manage again, then Easy Care Gardening. Thanks, Meredith.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Thank you, that was great.